Hello and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news in the Socorro Independent School District. In our top story, the Socorro SISD Fine Arts Department, in partnership with Theta Delta Lambda, graduate chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, hosted the first district-wide Black History Month art contest. All 153 submissions focus on the contributions made by historic Black leaders in the nation and across the globe.
It's not just Black history, it's world history, it's U.S. history. And those contributions are so important. And I think that it was also an educational moment for the kids every single year, beyond what you already know as far as MLK Jr. or Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. You know, those are names that you hear that are at the forefront of anyone's mind when they think of Black leaders. Also just educating themselves on, the strides that people have made in the past. They actually had to write a synopsis just to give a little bit of information and background on the people that they actually decided to do their artwork on. I appreciate all the kids that did their submissions and Alpha Fraternity Incorporated for sponsoring the event and supplying the prizes for the kids. I'm looking forward to making this bigger and better next year.
What made me decide to enter this contest was to share and spread awareness regarding the significant contributions and work of Katherine Johnson and all her work she has done through her 35 years of working at NASA. She is called a human calculator, which then inspired the title of my piece.
42 SISD robotics teams participated in ROBOCOM 7.0. HD Healy Elementary School's robotics team, the Robonauts, won the top award of the event. Although the competition went virtual this year, it did not stop students from seizing their opportunity to showcase their computer programming and critical thinking skills during the two-day event.
ROBOCOM is really about getting our students together to work on a project, to research and be innovative, to develop a sense of value as a team. And then we say, okay, but you can't get together. So we moved virtual robotics toolkit. We were able to find partners to work with that allowed us to continue and give the students this opportunity to move forward with this STEM program. We had a great partnership with athletics department for Mascot Media. They streamed the show for us. We were able to incorporate the community and allow them to see what their students have been working on for the past couple of months. And then it was just the excitement of having the kids come in the situation, come into the round live, show what they had accomplished, whether it was a recorded version or whether it was a live version. There was a level of determination throughout all our teams. We had some very tenacious students. They worked long hours. These coaches came together frequently to make sure that their students had the opportunity to meet, to discuss, to troubleshoot the robot. It's important that the kids were able to do this because they were able to see those challenges that they encountered in real life. They saw that we didn't give up, and if we weren't willing to give up, they weren't willing to give up either.
Competition was way different than it has been in the past. This is my 5th year, I believe, competing in the ROBOCOM. But this year the kids had to prep a whole lot differently than we had in the past. The kids took a lot more initiative this year. They wanted to meet more on their own. They were excited to learn something new, a new program, because it was virtual. They had to learn that virtual world, that virtual map. At the end of the competition, they learned something new. They learned more on their programming side, and so they're ready for next year.
Team SISD hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the completion of the sports facilities at Socorro High School. The completed project is part of the first phase of the total reconstruction of the district's flagship high school and is part of the SISD Bond 2017 program.
I cannot wait till it's all completed, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art for our amazing students and also obviously our awesome employees. I'm just so proud of the support of our community, not only in the Socorro High School feeder pattern, but across the entire school district, for them to support the Bond 2017 because they saw what needed to happen here at Socorro High School.
It's nice, after so long of not practicing, it's nice to be back on our own courts. We have bleachers, which is awesome. Before then, we would get pulled out of class early, and I hated missing the work. And now, since we have lights, we can come at a later time and we can last later into the night without having to end things early or just finish off in the middle of a match.
I have been part of this community for years. As a student, teacher, and now as a principal, it's just overwhelming. The feeling of having new facilities, a new building being built for our students, new classrooms. It's a symbol of the unity of this community, the pride in this community, and the pride of being a Bulldog.
The first ever virtual Sun City Portfolio and College Fair gave nearly 200 high school students a look at options to study art at various colleges and universities across the country. The virtual event was conducted in partnership with El Paso Community College and the Rubin Center for the Visual Arts at the University of Texas at El Paso.
Rather than it just in person being a portfolio review, it then turned into, hey, what if we had the colleges present for 10 to 15 minutes each, and then the kids could have a buffet. So then it's like you're not walking in cold to a portfolio review with a college you don't know anything about. Then they could customize what programs, what scholarships, what climates, what places work for me. So then when they do sign up for the portfolio reviews, now they know who they really, really want to go and meet with. EPCC professors created 4 videos for the kids to prepare for their interviews. I know that some of our students have never left El Paso, and that's eye-opening, I think, for them to have colleges come from New York, California, Oregon, New Mexico. Obviously, we've got EPCC and UTEP here, but the more exposure they have, the more they can prepare for it. And so it turned out to be pretty successful.
I mean, I believed it was a good resource of getting to learn about each of the schools that we're attending and just kind of to see what their expectations were. I enjoyed it. It was really informative, and it also made me feel a lot of these schools were more accessible just by simply reaching out to them. Also, they had these little fun events. They were nice. You would get free art supplies. It was just an enjoyable experience.
Team SISD celebrated 16 student athletes from around the district as they signed their letters of intent to play football, softball, and soccer during National Signing Day. School staff, coaches, and family members joined the virtual ceremonies and celebrated the athletes as they began their journey to continue their academic and athletic careers at the collegiate level.
I want to say how proud I am of each one of you guys. Know that this means a lot for our community. I want to thank your parents. I want to thank your family members who have always been behind you, and especially your coaches. And I know that this is just the beginning of a great career that you guys will have at the college level. Congratulations once again, and looking forward to the many accomplishments that you will have in your life.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God for putting me in the position I'm in. My parents, my beautiful parents sitting right next to me, my friends and family. PSA, I put a lot of work in over here, and Tarleton State for giving me a shot. So can't wait to see what the future holds.
Signing to a college gives me the opportunity to continue growing as a student and as an athlete. I'd like to thank my parents that are always by my side and believe in me every single day. I wouldn't be anywhere without them. I would like to thank Coach Telas and Coach Chapa for their unconditional support, time, and dedication.
I want to thank Coach Rod, Coach Cal, my parents, all my family, my principals, my teachers, everyone who's always supported me. From the constructive criticism to the constant love and support. Without you, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. Thank you, and bigs up.
Coming over here to Mountwood, the coaches, my teachers were very accepting since the first day I stepped in the buildings, first day I stepped in the field. And it means a lot to stay home. So I have my parents, my sister, friends that go to the game. They're the ones that helped me get to this point.
As you transition into the next chapter of your lives, I want to remind you that nothing is impossible. You all demonstrate the you can do it mindset that will propel you in the next level. Today, we recognize you and all the possibilities that lie ahead.
Four Socorro ISD students received top honors in the first ever Racial Harmony Art Contest hosted by the Green Hope Project and Black El Paso Voice. The contest invited students from across the region to interpret the theme of racial harmony and express their thoughts through visual arts.
At the basic form, it's an art competition, but at a deeper level, it's so much more. It's changing the culture. It's changing the perception of how people think, and it's setting a positive example. I mean, for some of these students who have participated, we challenge them to think of how can you put a positive twist on this and how can you encourage people to think differently, and it's really important. There's power in art. Super grateful that a lot of our Socorro teachers pushed this out and made the kids aware of the opportunity. And so we did have several winners from within Socorro as a result of that.
I want to give the message that the U.S. is built upon unity and diversity. And I feel that with combined effort of everyone, the U.S. can become strong and unified, even through hard times like the ones that we're facing now. I think I was inspired by people in general who were standing up for their representation in the country.
Team SISD and the Socorro American Federation of Teachers hosted a special tribute to Zelene Blancas, a first-grade teacher at Dr. Sue A. Shook Elementary School who passed away due to COVID-19. Blancas was nationally known for her passion of teaching students the importance of being compassionate and kind to others.
AFT, they have donated a bench as well as a plaque in honor of Miss Zelene Blancas, who was our teacher here at Dr. Sue Shook Elementary. Blancas did a video of her students, and what made that video go viral is you were able to see the unity that she had created in her classroom. When they saw the students greeting themselves and saying farewell for the day, she always said that the reason she did that is because she wanted kids to know there was somebody there that loved them. She embodied social emotional learning. She understood that we need to make sure we teach our students and our community how to be kind to each other, how to choose kindness over everything else. We have lost a shining star, a smile that we would see every day, and we need to make sure that we continue to live on in those legacies in her honor.
I feel like really grateful about this memorial that is done to my sister. I mean, she gave a lot to the community. So I'm very thankful. With Socorro ISD, Mrs. Tavira, which is the principal, I can feel the love that it was towards my sister. She would be with me right now. I will say, I love you. Thank you for always being on my side. And thank you for giving all this kindness to El Paso and to her students.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the latest in the Socorro Independent School District. Make sure to follow us on Twitter with the Twitter handle @SocorroISD. Follow our superintendent, Dr. Jose Espinosa, with the Twitter handle @JEspinosa_SISD. Also be sure to friend us on Facebook and visit our website. Thank you again and see you next time.